As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the red Protoss player. We have the German Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss, we have the Protoss player for Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim this PvP. As a reminder as well. Hold on, I'll fix it up. As a reminder as well, the winner of the series plays against Shin. The winner does play against Shin in the next round. Do just need a moment. There we go. There we go. So predictions are now open. Best of luck in the chat. Whew. Best of luck. And so far, we are going to be going for our openers. Looks like 2 gate openers all around. And 2 gate opener out of ShoWTimE, 2 gate opener out of SKillous. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. So many bangers this week and more to come, for sure, for sure. Right, we just wrapped up with the StarCraft Evolution Championship, the SEL Season 2 Championship. We have Masters of the Game, which is throughout the entire weekend. We just covered day 1 this morning. This morning was day 1, like 7 hours ago. Oh, we are going for, oh my god, great minds think alike. SKillous and ShoWTimE. They both throw down the second pylon out on the map in very similar locations. And we might just proxy robo each other. And this might just turn into a 1 base all in versus 1 base all in. Let's go, show us the robo. Cybercore is still on the way. Cybercore is done. Huh. There it is, proxy robo out of ShoWTimE and SKillous, proxy robo out of SKillous. We have mirrored builds completely to a T. ShoWTimE, his is like a couple of seconds faster. Ooh, as SKillous, he does not go up the ramp. We are now scouting each other. We'll soon confirm that the pylons are missing. We'll soon confirm that something is wrong. So ShoWTimE, he goes in. He'll get eyes that the pylon is just now in production. So again, this is not quite lined up. Both players recognize that their second pylon is missing. There should be 3. And so far, it was a double adept out of SKillous. Meanwhile, we had Stalker adept out of ShoWTimE. Building on more Stalkers, Immortal production has begun. Oh, he scouts! ShoWTimE, he fans out. He does find the proxy. He will find SKillous. He is aware. SKillous also knows he's been scouted. That's a big advantage here for ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE knows. SKillous does not. See the chat, bet predictions would have closed by now. If you missed them, you missed them. They were open. Oh. ShoWTimE, nice catch. He gets 1. And he gets a Stalker already. Massive pickoff. At the same time, SKillous, he's rushing across the map. Where are we headed? What's the plan? SKillous' own Immortal is waddling across as well. We're going for a pseudo base trade. SKillous pushing up into ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE pushing up into SKillous. Oh. Going for the pylon. Pylon does go down. Trading with the army. At the same time, SKillous also pushing up into the main. Depowers the gateways. Okay. Gateways depowered. ShoWTimE, he cannot warp in. He's got 1 gateway at home. He has 1 gateway. Boys are being pulled. SKillous making a stand. The pylon also goes down, also depowered. SKillous does not have a gateway. Uh-oh. He has no backup gateway. ShoWTimE has force fields. He zones away the army. He can force field the ramp. Does recall back home. Recalls back home. ShoWTimE, he will defend. Deflects the army. SKillous, he can go back to repowering his buildings. ShoWTimE coming in from behind. Oh, he's trying to. Nice force field. Does force field. The Immortal gets low. ShoWTimE, he will lose one of the gateways. Oh. Takes control. Yeah, controls well. The Immortal getting low. GG gets called. ShoWTimE, he will hold, he will defend. And ShoWTimE does take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A very intense game 1 here. 1 base versus 1 base. We saw that ShoWTimE had the added advantage, of course, of scouting his opponents. On top of that, he depowered all of the production, so he actually could reinforce. SKillous could not, right? SKillous, he could not reinforce his army. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE was at least able to warp in a unit at a time. With that, ShoWTimE was able to make a better stand, a better defense, and with that, we get into game 2. ShoWTimE has a lead, but it's the best of 5, and it's a PvP. Let's go. I'm ready for the back and forth. I'm ready. All good, all good. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels. It is a ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, it is SKillous. Here we go. Go. So players are setting up. Now, do we do it again? Not uncommon to give it to these cheeses and proxies here, especially on Maganatha. Maganatha is the largest map in the map pool, so there are a lot of places to hide buildings, to hide pylons, to hide proxies. I wouldn't put it past our players. Still setting up. SKillous, he is committing. He does move out. He moves out here to the gold base location. And where are we headed? What is the plan? Show us the pylon. Here we go. So this location here is a prime location for our proxy Stargate, as it is right next to the main base. So short rush distance by air. Not by ground, but by air. So again, proxy Stargate makes the most sense. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE going Gate Cyber Expand. Very greedy build here out of our red Protoss. If SKillous went for a proxy robot, he could just win the game. Potentially. I mean, obviously, we have seen some defenses with this setup before, but this is hyper greed out of ShoWTimE, and ShoWTimE doesn't even probe scout. So if he was being proxied, he would have no idea. I mean, he has no idea. So 0 probe scout out of ShoWTimE into one of the greediest builds you can go for. Safety shield battery here at the natural. And he doesn't know what's coming his way. He doesn't know that an Oracle is going to be making its way into the main. So ShoWTimE, he's playing greedy and he's playing blind. SKillous, he's here to punish. He does scout. He sees that the base is already done. This is how greedy the build is. Nexus already complete. SKillous should now be expanding. Remember, the build from SKillous is not an all-in. This is not an all-in. This is a way to deal crippling damage to give him a lead to make up for his later expansion. As we have a 3-gate setup out of ShoWTimE. Let up say do run into each other. Oracle's on the way, being chronoed as we speak. So they make their way into the main. 2 left taking 1-shot probes. They get 2 probes already. And 2, 3, 4 probes going down, getting up to 5, getting up to 6. Yeah, the force field working against ShoWTimE here. 7 probes. The Oracle goes in. The shield battery's not ready. And this is critical damage. This is becoming critical damage here. It's going to be 9, 10, 11. 11 probe kills. With that, SKillous takes the lead. Even though ShoWTimE did have the faster Nexus, SKillous, he's able to make up for that. As he's still not done, by the way. As here comes another Oracle. Yep, denies mining at the natural. Doesn't mind mining. Doubles back around. gets a couple of probes. 4, 5, 6 probes going down. 8 probes even, and ooh, he will be punished. He will lose 1 oracle. 1 oracle goes down, but 1 oracle for 19 probes. It's okay. it's pretty worth it if it's SKillous. Sure, he lost sword depths as well, and GG. Yeah, GG gets called. That was game-ending damage, and SKillous ties up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Winding it back. Remember, SKillous did punish, did cripple, did completely shut down ShoWTimE, but ShoWTimE also went for one of the greediest builds you can go for, which was a Gate, Cyber, Expand straight into the Nexus without a second gateway. On top of that, remember, no Probe Scout. ShoWTimE, he did not Probe Scout across the map, so he did not know he was in danger, did not know that something was wrong. So ShoWTimE was insanely greedy that game. GG. GG. With that, we're getting into game 3. We're getting into not quite the ace match, it's a best of 5, but we do have a back and forth. We'll see who takes the lead in the series. Oh boy. Here we go. Up next, our next game is going to be on ley lines. Loading into ley lines. And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have the German Protoss, the German Protoss player, the Red Protoss for Sentinels, being forced into a tied series. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player for Team Liquid. It is SKillous. Ah, no, the channel points. I mean, ShoWTimE is the favorite player for sure. When I mentioned earlier that when I think of the top 3 Protoss in Europe, I think of MaxPack, ShoWTimE, and SKillous for sure. But there is a little bit of like a delineation between ShoWTimE and SKillous, between the number 2 and number 3 Protoss in Europe. SKillous, he's very strong in his own right, do not get me wrong. And he has beaten ShoWTimE in the past. He can do it again, but again, there's a lot to overcome there. There's a lot more pressure on SKillous, and so far, doing well. So far, punishes the Gamba of ShoWTimE. Does punish. So we now get into game number 3. Now, every game so far, we've had a proxy of some kind. Game 1, both players went proxy Robo. Game 2, SKillous went proxy Stargate. Game 3, oh, hello. The probe moves out and is rallied to this location. We are setting up for another pylon. Okay, SKillous. But this time, there's a probe scout, right? This time, as opposed to game number 2, ShoWTimE does move out with his probe. This time, he will scout, and he will confirm that the pylon is missing. The pylon is thrown down. ShoWTimE goes in. And again, he can just compare the main base to his own, so he knows that a pylon is nowhere to be found. Now, for all ShoWTimE knows, it could be a proxy Robo, could be proxy Stargate, could be proxy Gateway, or it could be a fake proxy pylon. It could just be a pylon with nothing alongside it. We can see that SKillous is waiting for the Cybercore. We can see that he will commit. Based on its location, it is pretty far away. It looks a little bit more like a Stargate, but never mind. Robo gets thrown down. One base all in. So SKillous is going for the one base all in. ShoWTimE, he's going for a defensive Stargate before expanding. With this, he can make the Oracle first to force supply back at home to defend for SKillous, and he can also get defensive Void Rays. Void Rays have their place in PvP, but specifically in this situation, defensively to survive against all-ins. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE is scouting. Again, ShoWTimE, he knows that a pylon is missing, he knows that something is wrong, and he is looking for that proxy. And based on the rally, oh, he won't find it. It's close. You can see he's so close, he's hugging the edge of the map, which commonly proxies are on the edge, but here it's a little bit more in the center, and it goes by unscouted. The prism is on the way. Oh, Adept's getting called out. And again, ShoWTimE, he was so close. So close. ShoWTimE is going to be zoned away. He's still searching. Still checking. Meanwhile, the Oracle is out. SKillous, has he scouted? He has not. Ooh, SKillous doesn't know that an Oracle is coming. Yeah, the Oracle does rush across the map, but back at home, a shield battery is on the way. It's going to be close. At the same time, though, SKillous is going straight for the main. 4 Stalkers, they can one-shot probes. We have shield battery set up here at the ramp, but the ramp does not matter. Stalkers download. At the same time, ShoWTimE in the main. The shield battery's not ready. Probes are going to go down. It's going to be 3, going to be 4 probe kills across the map. Not bad. And hey, that shield battery's coming into play. ShoWTimE is holding. ShoWTimE is holding on. Shout to the shield battery. Does buy some time. Nice juggling out of SKillous. Back at home, 5 probes do 4 skills. Defensive warp in. Ooh, gets a Stalker. Gets 1. Gets a Stalker. Random sentry rocks up. Let's go. But with that, yeah, ShoWTimE defends. He shuts this down. Again, that shield battery applied. Oh, it did so much for that defense. Oh no! And the prison's being chased down by the Phoenix. The Phoenix will chase down, will completely shut down the proxy. There's no saving that war prison. And that's a massive pick of SKillous. He's hurting. SKillous, he's falling behind. He's down in workers. He has no way to push up the ramp. Remember, there are 2 shield batteries here at the ramp. SKillous, he cannot brute force his way up that ramp. It's not going to happen. Not against this army, not against the Phoenix. As ShoWTimE once again shades into the main base, just confirming and just keeping supply back at home for SKillous. SKillous regrouping. Now, with the help of his Warp Prism, he could try to juggle into the main base. True. Oh, is he going to try to expand? Comes back home for a moment. Deals with the Adept. And SKillous, we gotta go. Okay, it's moving out. Back at home, ShoWTimE has a comparable army. Getting his own defensive immortals. He opts not to make any void rays, which means that just immortal production is delayed. At least he has the first one. First immortal is out. And the Phoenix does get eyes on the army. Now, with all these sentries, ideally SKillous, he does want to try to force field the ramp and try to catch out some key units. Unfortunately, ShoWTimE has a defensive Warp Prism, so he can juggle back. He can preserve units, he can kite back. So with good enough control, ShoWTimE should not be losing anything here. Not initially. Oh, the Prism! Prism does overextend. Oh no, the Prism overextends. Prism goes down. GG gets called. No high ground vision, and ShoWTimE will take a lead in the series. GG. GG, well played. But again, a solid response out of ShoWTimE. Even though he didn't scout the proxy, he was set up very defensively. Remember, he had 2 shield batteries at his ramp and 1 shield battery in his mineral line, and the shield batteries, they did come into play. With that, despite the fact that ShoWTimE had a smaller army, he was able to pull off a defense, able to buy some time, able to punish SKillous, and claim the game. GG. GG, well played. Very impressive performance there by ShoWTimE, blindly being able to shut down. I say blindly, he knew that there was a pylon, but he gambled himself. Like, he gambled a little bit, assuming that it would be a committed all-in. And with that, takes a lead in the series. Here we go, we're getting to Game 4. Game 4 is going to be on Tokamak. Okay, another one of these larger maps. A larger map in the map pool, but SKillous has proxied every game. Actually, ShoWTimE has proxied a little bit as well himself in Game 1, for example, but SKillous has gone for a proxy of some kind every single game with mixed results, either proxy Robo or proxy Stargate. Does that trend continue coming into Game 4, or do we play macro? Do we play standard? Do we calm down? Let's go. Let us go. This morning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the German Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Sentinels, leading the series 2-1, and 1 game away from claiming the series. It is a ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, the pressure's on. He has to fight back here, and now to force the ace match, it is a SKillous. Go. Players are setting up. We have our gases on the way. We have our gateways as well. Our eyes are going to be on the initial workers. Hello. ShoWTimE. He does fan out with his probe. And where are we going? Here we go. We're headed over towards what looks to be a proxy Stargate location. SKillous. He moves in a similar direction. He finds it. He finds the probe. Yeah, he does find the probe. He denies the proxy. And with that ShoWTimE, he should not get this up and running. It was the initial plan. But they do spot each other. And SKillous, are we still going to commit? Again, they spotted each other. Fake pylon. Let's go. SKillous, he goes for the fake proxy pylon. Now, okay, a couple of things here. ShoWTimE, he scouts the main. He scouts the main. He knows, hold up, pylon is missing. Hold up, I saw a probe bottom right-hand side of the map. There must be a proxy. Like, that's the hope here. So SKillous is trying to mind game his opponent when really the pylon is in the natural. There's no proxy. There's no commitment. There's no shenanigans here from SKillous. ShoWTimE, he moves out with a second probe. He's looking for the proxy. And this is already some nice damage from SKillous, because he's forcing more or less mining time out of ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE, he sees the probe, so he's like, he's on the hunt, Bap. He's on the hunt. Let's go. So ShoWTimE is searching for something that doesn't exist. We have a 3 pylon set up in the main, and SKillous can just expand. He can chill, he can just expand, and he will. So there's a Nexus. SKillous going for a much more economic start. And ShoWTimE is cranking out more stalkers. He's still searching. Yeah, he's still looking for the proxy. 2 probes scouring the map. And now he expands. So he does eventually take a Nexus, but again, it's a delayed expansion for ShoWTimE. So a slight edge for SKillous. Now, what does ShoWTimE have? The army. Right, ShoWTimE, he delayed his Nexus, yes, but he delayed it because he made an extra pair of stalkers, because he was terrified about potentially an all-in, and now he has an army to work with. Right, he's moving out. Stalkers do push. SKillous back at home. He has force fields. His force fields available. Pulls back. Shield battery's almost done. Oh. Shield battery is complete. And SKillous holds. Oh, SKillous, he will hold on, and SKillous, he will enjoy himself a slight economic edge over ShoWTimE. Behind this, going for a very early forge. Oh, very early. And with that SKillous, he can go for a very early +1 timing. So SKillous, he's setting up. Setting up. ShoWTimE likewise being active across the map. From here, just moving out, just keeping an eye on SKillous. And SKillous still enjoying that economy, and more importantly, ShoWTimE scouts the forge. He knows. So he knows that he's behind when it comes to the upgrades. ShoWTime's response here to take a faster third. Okay. Trying to go for a greater economy. Oh, and I mean, when behind, Dark Shrine. Let's go. So going for the proxy Dark Shrine instead over on the right-hand side. I'm loving this pylon setup here, which I believe SKillous did scouts. And we'll see if ShoWTimE can pop off. Now, ShoWTimE is still expanding, but again, a later expansion. SKillous does confirm the base. So it looks like a relatively greedy build. ShoWTimE is shocking around. Now, what's scary here as well for SKillous, one, he went for 2 more gates. Ooh, okay, he's going for a 4-gate blink. Does go for the base, but do you see what I see? I see 0 detection, no robo. This is a 3rd base before the robo, so very greedy here from SKillous. And the reason why he's being greedy is because he sees the greed of ShoWTimE. Oh no, he finds it! He finds the Dark Shrine! He forces the cancel. He does cancel. Nicely done here by SKillous. ShoWTimE at the same time will go for the third. But again, everything was lining up for ShoWTimE, but he fails to hide the tech. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill. Hey. That should not have happened. That's a kill, not a cancel on the Nexus. SKillous was being that much more efficient, but not anymore. And SKillous, we gotta go. Now, the plus side here, +1. Remember, +1 is done, so SKillous' army is superior to that of ShoWTimE. Likewise, he has a larger army because of the extra gateway. Remember, he has 4-gate blink. So, larger army, better army as well with those upgrades, forcing his way in, and he's breaking through. He's breaking through. It's a nice attack defense. The boys are being pulled. ShoWTimE trying to hold on, but it's a numbers game. It was a risk going for the Dark Shrine. It did not pay off. And with that, SKillous will overwhelm. He has greater concave, greater army. 17-7. Bleeding out a couple of soldiers towards the end. Okay. But these soldiers are so low for ShoWTimE. Yeah, just kind of hold on. GG gets called, and SKillous ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. We're going to the ace match. Again, a very intense back and forth. SKillous with the initial fake out to take a lead, to be able to go for a very strong timing as well with +1. And ShoWTimE, he tried to counteract that with his own hidden proxy Dark Shrine. But it was found. It was found, it was shut down, and because that proxy Dark Shrine, ShoWTimE, he was stuck on 2 gateways. That's why his army was so much smaller. He only had 2 gateways. His 3rd gateway was proxied, which also got denied as well. So he had less army, less production, and of course, didn't have the upgrade either. GG. GG, well played. With that, SKillous does bring it back, and we're going all the way to the ace match. Oh boy. We're going to game 5. And we'll see how this story ends. This could go either way. Could go completely either direction here. SKillous and ShoWTimE bring us all the way to game 5. Do we see a proxy this time? SKillous, he proxied every game, but this last game he went for a fake proxy pylon. Do we go for a re-one? Let's find out. Let us find out. As we are loading into pylon. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of pylon, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? Can he bring it home? It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself representing Team Liquid, forcing the ace match, bringing us all the way to game 5. It is SKillous. Go. As again, we have had a pretty intense back and forth already here. And do we go for another proxy? Because we're in the ace match, do we not risk it? Do we play standard? We have yet to see a standard game. I mean, we got a little bit close last game, but even then we had some quirkiness to it with SKillous' fake out, with ShoWTimE's Dark Shrine. We have yet to settle into a standard mid-game PvP. Hasn't happened, which I'm okay with. Hello. Let's go. ShoWTimE, he hides his probe. He veers off to the right hand side, goes for the Zelnaga, then moves in towards the top right, and this is a prime location for a proxy robo. For a 1 base all in. Speaking of, hello SKillous. What's going on? Where are we head? He's scouting. Okay, SKillous, he's scouting. I thought he was going here to the 3rd location for a proxy. ShoWTimE is committing, SKillous is not. As the pylon is thrown down, SKillous so far in the dark, just on patrol here at the natural. If he went in, he would see the pylon is missing. Like SKillous, he's working with Ingleby Innovation. And it is going to be, my apologies, not a robo, proxy Stargate. Okay, so this is an aggressive build. It is not all in. Not all in, but it is aggressive nonetheless. SKillous, he attempts to scout. Gets into the main, and there we go. Now he knows. Sees that the pylon now is being thrown down. That is a late... I mean, it's not a second pylon, it's a 3rd pylon. SKillous knows this. Back at home, how does he react? Opens sentry, scouting for proxies. He's looking for the setup. Scouting probe goes down. SKillous, he will eventually scout this, true. He will find it eventually. As he's sending out another hallucination. And he... Oh, thank God. He does barely find the Stargate. He knows, he's aware. Back at home, we need a shield battery. He needs to set up in the mineral line, and he needs to expand. So ShoWTimE, his own natural base, is slightly faster. The Oracle has arrived. SKillous, he's not quite in position. The main base is exposed. Yeah, the Oracle just goes straight in. The main base is completely just barren. Probes are going down, and this is already getting a bit out of hand here. That's going to be 4. That's going to be 5 dead workers. Can we get 6? Not quite. But 5 workers is solid. Especially considering that SKillous, he delayed his own base because he was scared. So SKillous, he's down in workers, and his base is not faster than his opponents. ShoWTimE in a better position. To make up for that, SKillous, he does have a larger army. He has more stalkers, he has more sentries, and he has to make use of it. He has to push out. Now, with good force fields, he can lock down some of the army of ShoWTimE. Lock him down and try to outtrade. SKillous, he's attempting to move in. Attempt. He does attempt to search fire. ShoWTimE, he defends back at home. He has that 5 worker lead. The economy. Likewise, Blink is slightly faster as well, which I don't think is going to be too much of a factor. Like, Blink is only a couple of seconds behind for SKillous, but ShoWTimE is pushing. I'm going to be applying some pressure. No shield batteries here for SKillous. Shield batteries, army gets spotted. There's a recall back home. I mentioned before that I didn't think that Blink was going to be too much of a big deal, but there is, I mean, that window is available, and ShoWTimE, he might use it. Blink is finishing up in 10 seconds. Oh my god, whew, that was close. Stasis grazes the army. ShoWTimE getting a faster third base. And ShoWTimE does pull away. Blink is done. And there is that, what, 15-second window, but alas, doesn't make use of it. ShoWTimE pulls away. Let's putting it close to the chest. Jesus. Almost made it in. Almost. Does he notice? He does. Yeah, does he does notice. Nice bait. SKillous controls well. But does he notice the other stages? Oh, no, he doesn't. Yeah, doesn't notice. 3 stalkers get caught, and ShoWTimE, he could try to dive in. ShoWTimE still playing it safe. There we go. There's a blink. Takes down the sentry. Takes down the sentry. Has the greater stalker army. I mean, thanks to the stasis trap. Oh, and he blinks in. Does chase. Oof. Punishing SKillous quite hard. That's 3 more stalkers going down. That ShoWTimE outtrades. He defends well. He still maintains that economic lead. SKillous still just now finishing up his third base. ShoWTimE is already fully operational, at least on minerals. And ShoWTimE is getting further ahead. It's getting further ahead here. SKillous, he needs to find some more damage. And GG gets called. SKillous, he cannot keep up, not against this kind of army. And ShoWTimE, he will claim the series 3-2, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, ShoWTimE. He will claim the series. A very, very impressive play. I'm going to say that it was very close, very close here between ShoWTimE and SKillous. It went the distance, went all the way to that final game, to the ace match. Here, SKillous unfortunately fell behind early on. He fell behind. He lost 5 probes. That should not have happened. Remember, he scouted the Stargate, but he did not deny the damage from being dealt. And as a result, SKillous, he fell behind and he stayed behind. He was never able to recover. That's why he was down in Stalkers. And on top of that, some brutal stasis traps as well allowed ShoWTimE to just outtrade and outscale. GG. GG, well played. With that, ShoWTimE does claim the series, and we are getting ready for our next matchup. Up next is going to be the lower bracket semi-finals. As is being stated in the chat, someone's asking who won, Shin or Mana. The answer, yes, is Shin. Shin did win that series. Mana, he cannon rushed the hell out of Shin, and hey, with some mixed results. But in the end, Shin did come out on top, and with that, we have our next series here.